This video is about giving the information about a SmartUp XT14. I am Sundaresan, Senior Application Engineer from Coding Mechatronics Private Limited. So this product is SmartUp XT14. So this gives you the complete lower segmental peripheral vascular disease evaluation in terms of ankle brachial index, toe brachial index. So we'll see. So we have this tubing portions for observing the blood pressure with pulse volume recording. So we have brachial, high thigh, above knee, below knee, ankle posterior tibial, ankle dorsalis pedis and great toe. We'll assess the blood pressure, pulse volume recording in those particular regions, and we have another setups including Doppler. So we have this 8 MHz probe, so in which we'll evaluate Doppler segmental study also, and to observe the peripheral toe vascular flow we have this photoplethysmography sensors. So and we have to find the foot inflammation, we'll have this foot temperature probe. So this probe can be used to assess the foot inflammation in terms of temperature in the foot regions. So we have an option at the back. So we have this power on off switch, and this is for USB attachment, and this is for power charging. This one is for power charging. So 3 ports is given. So let's see the software application of using this instrument. SmartUp XT, it's a fully automated Doppler as we discussed previously. The thing is, it is capable of doing complete 14 site examination under one stop button, and we have options of taking venous reflex study, foot temperature monitoring also along with this device. It is ideal for a vascular surgeon to perform complete lower segmental evaluation, and also through Doppler arterial testing mode you can individually test every palpable arteries, and you can record those particular values of blood pressure, flow waveform with parameters like blood flow velocity, volume, heart rate, etc. to observe the peripheral artery disease conditions. Now we are going to see about the working of the machine. So we have a switch at the back this way. So when you press this way, it will be in off position, and when you press this way, it will be in on position. So it indicates the power light will be in green color, which indicates the machine is turned on. So next thing is, we have to ensure the USB is connected. So after that, we have to open this Smart XT Link version 2.0 software, and we have to reassure with the software by clicking return to main screen, and after clicking return to main screen, click options. So after clicking options, you have to search SCOM and click OK. Then there will be some indication will be there, SCOM 3. So which indicates the machine is connected, and we have to move towards the cuff wrapping portion. So these are all the cuffs we have to be wrapped to the patients. VC12 is the 12 centimeter cuff. So it used to be tied around arm or high thigh portions, and VC10 is a 10 centimeter cuff. We can wrap it around like ankle or whichever space which is lesser than arm or high thigh, VC10. So next thing is 7.5. So this should be wrapped around dorsalis pedis portion only, not other portion. Only ankle dorsalis portion should be wrapped. Last thing is toe cuff. So this should be wrapped around great toe. Now we are going to wrap the cuff around the arm. It should be very gentle, should not be too tight or it should not be too loose. It should be around in a gentle manner, and it should be in the line of an artery. If it is a brachial artery, it should be in the line of a brachial artery. And next thing is dorsalis pedis. So it should be in the line of a dorsalis pedis artery. And this one is for posterior tibial artery. The placement is properly done now. The next thing is EC12. This should be in the high thigh. So it should not be too high. It has to be very gentle enough. And we will see the another cuff wrapping portions. While wrapping the toe cuff, it should be in the digital arterial side. This tube should be in the digital arterial side. These are all the key points to be remembered while wrapping the cuff. Then we will see the quick overview of complete cuff wrapping in a minute. Now we can see the complete cuff wrapping of portions, and you have to ensure this color coding. Like we have white for arm, red for high thigh, orange for above knee, yellow for below knee, green for ankle posterior tibial, violet for dorsalis pedis ankle, and black for great toe. And we are placing this PPG probes in the great toe. the cuff wrapped in such a way it should not be too kinked or any blockage, and should every tubing should face towards the machine before beginning the testing. Let's see the testing. The cuff wrapping has been completed. Now we are going to do the testing. Before beginning the testing, we have to enter the patient name, first name, last name, the gender, and have to click save. Then we can begin the testing. Button. So it will ask get all cuffs and PPG probes ready. So we have already done that part. Auto testing is ready. Clicking OK will start the machine. So in this orange color indicates the machine is turned on, the test is on process. Now we have completed the testing of automatic arterial testing in lower extremity, starting from arm right and left, and after finishing the blood pressure evaluation of arm, the machine will goes to the high type and it will observe the pulse volume recording and blood pressure. Then next it sequentially steps to the above knee and below knee, ankle posterior tibial, ankle dorsalis pedis, great toe. Now we are seeing the completed report of automatic arterial testing, where you can have the assessment of ankle brachial index, posterior tibial, dorsalis pedis, and toe brachial index of great toe. This is the completed report. This Doppler also have the option of Doppler arterial testing. So where which we have wrapped the cuff around the brachial artery and we will use 8 megahertz probe to observe the flow assessment. So by using this Doppler mode, you can test all the palpable arteries throughout the body. So if you have any, to find the peripheral vascular disease conditions. Now we are testing the foot temperature using the foot temperature probe. So this will give the superficial skin temperatures of foot where there is a possibility of inflammation occurrence. So that will be displayed in Celsius or Fahrenheit, depends on your choice. So this will take the body temperature. If there is any 2 degree Celsius inflammation, it will be indicated. Accordingly, we can predict whether there is a inflammation is present or not. This is the report of foot temperature. This analysis of carotid artery waveform will give us the information about the flow velocity in the carotid artery. So the normal carotid waveform and the stenotic carotid waveform is displayed here. So in the stenotic carotid waveform, there is a possibility of occurrence of stroke. So to prevent this, we need to have the assessment of carotid artery. So our Doppler will give you this carotid arterial flow assessment in terms of velocity. Now we'll see the assessment of carotid artery. The probe placed in the carotid artery and we will evaluating the synchronous 5 waveform, which will give the flow velocity and the waveform characteristics. So this we are doing venous reflex study. So we will place the PPG sensor 4 or 5 finger distance from the ankle bone, and we will place the sensor in the great saphenous vein. So we will use a tourniquet to hold the PPG probe in a steady manner, and we will ask the patient to do a tiptoe reflex. Now the patient is doing tiptoe reflex for 5 times, and we ask the patient to relax. So this is for every flux there should be in the change in the venous flow pattern, and once the patient is rested, it slowly tries to come back to the original position of baseline. The time taken for reaching the original position we'll mention as refilling time. If it is more than 20 seconds, there is no valvular incompetency. The valve is competent to push the blood upwards. Once it reaches the baseline, automatically the recording gets completed. Study which prevents the deep vein thrombosis. So by dorsiflexing the foot, so we will examine the valvular competency using recovery time. So for 5 times we ask the patient to do the tiptoe reflex. After the fifth flux, we'll ask the patient to rest. So the time taken for the waveform to reach the baseline is the recovery time, the refilling time which we normally tell. So this thing, the normal refill time will exceed 21 seconds. Refill time between 18 and 21 seconds is questionable. We have to repeat the test. If refilling time is less than 80 seconds, a venous condition may exist. This venous uh, competence, valvular competence in the great saphenous vein, we'll use this thing in the great saphenous vein to observe the venous reflex study. Thank you for listening our fully automatic SmartDAP XT 14 ports demonstration.